Today we communicated our clear and unanimous view to the government. It is wrong to place some of the poorest parts of England in a punishing lockdown without proper support for the people and businesses affected. To do so will result in certain hardship, job losses, business failure. It will cause harm in a different way to people's mental health and is not certain to control the virus. Last night, the Deputy Chief Medical Officer told Greater Manchester leaders that to bring the infection rates down, any regional lockdown would require widespread closures way beyond pubs to stand any real chance of working. And that would have to be done in tandem with other neighbouring regions. And even then, it would not be certain to work. But here's the point. The government is not giving city regions like ours and the Liverpool City region the necessary financial backing for full lockdowns of that kind. That is why we have unanimously opposed the government's plans for Tier 3. They are flawed and unfair. I think they have been treating the North with contempt, I'm afraid, in recent weeks in terms of the way they've communicated with us, late night through briefings, not to our face, to newspapers. And I think you do have to ask the question. Earlier in the year, where the cases were high in London and they hadn't developed everywhere else, we went into national lockdown. Now we have that situation in reverse, where the cases are high in the North, but they're growing elsewhere. So why are we not having the same applied? I think different rules are applied always to the North of England, but I think this is an important moment actually in the political life of our country. I think we've hit a point here where you can see by the number of people who've gathered just to listen to this. People are fed up of being treated in this way. The North is fed up of being pushed around. We aren't going to be pushed around anymore. This is a pandemic when people's lives, jobs, homes, businesses are at stake. You know, this isn't just a game, people playing politics. This is real. The North stands on the brink of being back into where we were in the 1980s, just forgotten and pushed aside. But we won't let that happen. And that's why we're taking this stand. The package, as I think Bev and Richard said, is just not good enough. Self-employed people, what did they get from the package that the government put on the table? Absolutely nothing. That is a decision for the government, and we are waiting to have further discussions with them. It's in their court, if you like. The ball is in their court. They will have to decide. In the end, what I'm saying is we have to protect people through this, come what may, whatever the government in the end decides to do. And that is all I can say about that. I can't decide in the end what the government is going to do, but I think they have to decide, is a regional strategy of this kind that isn't fully funded, is that consistent with what the Chief Medical Officer said in Downing Street on Monday and what the Deputy Chief Medical Officer told us last night? It seems to us they are trying things that their own experts are telling them are unlikely or even won't work. And I think the government has to reflect long and hard on that advice before it comes back to us with its answer.